Hello everyone, this is a video instructional walkthrough. It's a complete walkthrough of all the features of the CEP, Currency Exchange Planner, and this is for version 8. It's going to be quite a detailed walkthrough, so maybe you may want to pause the video at this moment, go get a tea or a coffee or a drink, and then maybe have a pizza on the side. So just sit back, relax, and let's go through all the features. So after the cover screen, the next tab is called Getting Started, which is just basically giving you an outline of the features of the program. Now the next tab is called Font Check, CEP version 8 Font Check. Now to maximize your CEP experience, I recommend using and downloading the Open Sans font. I like that font. It's a nice clean font. So once you download it and install it, I'm not going to go into detail on that in this video here, but you can find videos on YouTube or just in Google how to install Windows fonts. So once you install the font, you can check with your fonts on the left and compare it to the fonts on the right. If everything matches up, then you're good to go. So the next screen is the help, which is the video is not there yet because I'm filming it right now. So we're just going to go to the dashboard. Now this is your CEP version 8 dashboard. This is one of the new features in version 8. And you've got access to all the information in one place. So you can see your dinar, your rial, your dong, your zim, your rupee exchanges. You can see all your debts, your precious metals, charities, family, future planning, your investing, projecting. And then you can go into other categories that I've got listed down here at the bottom. So the first thing is here, it says first set your local currency. Now right now I've got it defaulted to US dollar, which is basically at 1. If I click on the US dollar, there's a little drop down arrow right here, and I can change it to euro, I can change it to British pound or Canadian dollar, Malaysia ringgit, you can got Australian dollar there. You can scroll down the list. There's got many currencies there. Got Japanese yen. So for the sake of our video right now, I'm going to go back up and I'm going to work in US dollar. And on the top here it tells us our bank balance at all times. So to get started, we're going to click on dinar. All these menus are all hyperlinks. So you can click on anything. If you click on dinar, we'll bring you to the dinar page. And before I get started, for those who have the wheel type mouse, if you hold down your control key, you can either make the window bigger or you can make it smaller. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep it fairly big so that way you'll be able to see it. And so we're gonna start with dinar. If you click on rial, we'll make that one bigger as well. It gives you the currencies for the rial. If you click on dong, okay, I'll make that a bit bigger as well. And zim and rupiah. Okay, so very easily you can change between the different currencies. Then you've got actually 4 exchanges that I've added now. Each currency has 4 exchange: first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, and then down at the bottom it'll show your grand total of all your exchanges. So let's start here at dinar. Now I've added in the 250 and 500 denominations, which were left out in version 7. So let's say we put in some numbers. Let's say I have 41,000 notes. I've got 10 5,000 notes. I've got another 10,000 notes. And I have 40 25,000 notes. So you can put in your projected rate that you expect it to be for your first target exchange. For me, I'm going to put in $4 here. And you can see it automatically gives us the calculations. Now, if we wanted to take out some of these notes and put them into the second exchange, we can as well. So let's say I don't exchange any of the 25,000 notes. I put my 40, let's say I put in 20 notes down here, and I believe the rates will go higher from the first initial exchange. So let's say I'm anticipating a double in rate for the dinar when the dinar hits the open market. So I'm projecting that at $8 I'm going to exchange 20 notes. And let's say I'm going to do another third exchange, and I'm going to exchange the remaining of my 20 notes, and let's say I'm projecting the rate will go to $12. So now we've got the first exchange at 760,000, the second exchange at 4 million, and the third exchange will be at 6 million. And the total gets calculated down at the bottom. Now I can go back to my dashboard, and you can see it now updates the total. And it updates the bank balance, which, if you notice, there's about 2 million missing, which is down here in the metals, so we'll come to that when we come to the metal section. Now I'm going to go in and put in some real. Let's say real, we have 10 of the 100,000 notes, and let's say this is going to, let's say $3.50. So that gives me 3.5 million here. Let's say we've got our dong. Let's say I've got 1 million dong, so I'm going to put it as two 500,000 notes. And dong, let's say it's going to go to 47 cents. So let's say we've got 2 million dong. So now we've got 940,000. Maybe I also have some of the 200,000 notes. Let's say I've got 5 of those. That gives me another million right here. So I'll stop there. Now I'm going to go to Zim, and I've also added in the 10 trillion, 20 trillion, 50 trillion, and the 100 trillion notes. For me, I believe Zim will remove 6 zeros from the notes. If you believe differently, you can. I've left the spreadsheet unprotected, so you can actually go in and change, and you can add the 6 zeros back if you like. Also, if some people have the billion-dollar notes, you can change some of these categories on the second exchange, and you can put in your billion-dollar notes, and then all the calculations will get carried forward. So for now, I'm just going to work with the trillion notes. Let's say I've got 5 of the 10 trillion. I also have 5 of the 50 trillion, and I've got 10 of the 100 trillion. And let's say I'm expecting a rate of 20 cents. So that shows all the calculations right here of 260 million US dollars. Okay, also, just to show you a nice little feature here, the US dollar, whatever currency you're using here, so let's say if I change this to Canadian dollar, and I go back to dinar, it'll change to Canadian dollar. So all the calculations that you're going to be seeing here will all be based on your local currency. Okay, and the rates are automatically updated. When you start the CEP, maybe you're going to get a message saying about enabling data content, something related to that. Just click on enable, because the rates are coming in live. You can see each currency, the rates get adjusted automatically. Let's say we got Brazilian real. Okay, all the calculations now are all in Brazilian real. The rates are coming in live, and every time you open the spreadsheet, the rates will get updated. And let's say I go to the Malaysia ringgit. Okay, right now the rate is at 4.173. Okay, I've taken off the 0.00 off the notes to make it easier, and so you can change to anything. For example, let's say I go down to find okay, let's say Swiss franc. So we can go back to, let's say, dong, and it shows us we're working now in Swiss franc. So one thing is the rate that you enter in, though, you must enter in US dollars. Okay, so these rates must be in US. That's very important to note. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Actually, I'm going to set this back to US dollar. Okay, and then I'm going to go to rupiah. So let's say we've got some rupiah notes. I've got the 20,000 note. Let's say I've got 10 of those. I've got 10 of the 50,000, and I've got 5 of the 100,000. Okay, and then rupiah, let's say we're looking at $1.08. So it does all the calculations. I can go down, I can see the grand total. Okay, and everything is all nicely color coded as well. Got Zim, dong, everything's very nice compared to version 7. So hope you enjoy the nice color schemes, and when you print out these reports, they're going to look really, really nice in color as well. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. You can see we've got all the currencies listed here now, and now I'm going to go down to the next category, which is called debt planning. I can click on it, and that brings up our debt planning board. Now I'm going to make this a bit bigger just for the sake of the video. So at any time I can click on dashboard here. It'll take me back to the main dashboard. I can go back to the debit planning tab. Now for people who want to plan ahead for their taxes, they can go ahead and they can enter in an amount here. Let's say for example I'm gonna put in 40%. So it's gonna block now 110 million from my currency exchange. We can put in under the comments here, we can put in different comments related to the categories. For example, let's say we have 3 houses. Okay, I can put the house on let's say Mulberry Street. Okay, and let's say that house, to clear off the mortgage, is let's say 250,000. Okay, let's say we want to settle our car loan. Let's say my car is a Proton, so I'm going to put in Proton here. I've got about 40,000 left on that car, but actually that's Malaysia Ringgit. But anyway, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to put in 40,000 here. And let's say our Visa and MasterCard, I'm going to put here about 5,000 that we have. And then you can go ahead and you've got other categories here, which I've got to correct this little mistake here. And you can put in different miscellaneous debts, and then it'll automatically calculate the total at the bottom. So I'm going to go back to dashboard, and you can see the debt planning now has been updated to 111 million. Wow. Okay, so the bank balance now is 134 million. Okay, I'm going to go to the metals category now. Now, one really nice thing that I've added is the cryptocurrency. I've got Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Tether. You can add some other ones if you've got. And then I've got the gold and silver, plus I've added platinum, palladium, diamonds as well. So you've got more range of things that you want to use as your plan B. So now here I can enter in, if I want to change the percentage in gold, if I want to buy 20% in gold and maybe 15% in silver. So I can do that and it gets adjusted automatically. Let's say for example I want to buy some Bitcoin. Maybe I want to buy 500,000 in Bitcoin. Okay, and so now the total, you can see down here at the bottom, gets adjusted, 53 million. I've got a category here called list places to buy the above. So let's say for example I want to buy my gold and silver at goldandsilver.com. So I can just list it here. It's got the website link. So when the RV comes, I already have all my research done. I can click on my link and then it'll bring me to that website. So now I'm going to go back to the dashboard. You can see here the metals tab has been adjusted. And then we're going to move on to the next category, which is charity. So I'm going to make this bigger as well, just for the sake of the video so everybody can see. So now we can enter in, if we want to make donations to a church, mosque, or temple. Let's say for example we want to donate 100,000 to our church or mosque, and then let's say some environmental charities, let's say the World Wildlife Federation. Sorry, that's animal. Okay, let's say we want to give them 25,000. Some international charities, let's say the Red Cross. Want to give them also 25,000. You may have your own charities that you or local charities that you may want to donate to. So you got about 9 different miscellaneous categories here that you can put in the name and then any comment and then the amount. So for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now the total changes to 150,000. Okay, and then I can go back to the dashboard and it shows us the charity column has been updated. Okay, and then we'll move along here to the family. Now here basically you can enter your family members that you want to gift after the RV. So let's say for example I'm going to put here mom and dad. Okay, and then let's say I want to give them 25,000. Okay, and then we've got Aunt Mary. Okay, she actually had loaned me some money, which could be part of her debt, but I'm going to list it here. Pay back for loan plus plus. So she lent me 5,000, so I'm actually going to give her back 10,000. Okay, and then let's say another person, let's say Uncle Mort. Maybe you may have two Uncle Morts. You never know. So you can say this one lives out in Florida, and this Uncle Mort is out in Ottawa, Canada. So we can put in the amount. Let's say this Uncle Mort in Florida, we want to give him 5,000. The Uncle Mort in Ottawa, want to give him maybe 4,000. Okay, so you can continue going. You can notice these are still grayed here, but you can actually just select them, go up to the top here, go to automatic, and then it'll just change it to black. So the total now for my charity planning is down to, or sorry, family planning is down to 44,000. And if I go back to the dashboard, you can see now that got updated. So I'm going to go to future planning here, and you've got all your different categories for things that you may want to buy. You can also add in some other categories that may not be listed. So let's say, for example, if you want to buy land, maybe we want to buy land that's about 10 million. Okay, and then we still have about 100 million. So let's say we go all out and we rent out our house, but we buy a new mansion for about 25 million. Okay, and for my Proton, so I'm going to get a new Porsche Cayenne. I had my eye on that. And then let's say maybe a new BMW as well. So maybe these two cars will set me back for about 100,000. Okay, and then let's do some traveling. The trip around the world with my family. Let's say that trip is going to cost 50,000, and then we'll do some shopping, and maybe we'll do shopping at Harrods in London. Okay, I'm going to spend about $10,000 there. Okay, and then maybe the new mansion may have to do some renovations to it. So, or maybe you may want to start a new business. Okay, that's another option. So you can also list other categories there as well. But for now, I'm just going to leave it to that. Grand total now shows us for our future planning. Okay, is now down to 35 million. Or sorry, not down to, but up to 35 million. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to go to the dashboard. Very easy to go back to the main dashboard. Just click on dashboard, brings us back here. You can see the bank balance has been updated, now down to 76 million. Future planning shows up here, and we've got 35 million. So at this point we can start to think, have we gone overboard? Okay, we can go back and we can adjust some of the amounts, but for now we're going to go into the I'm going to go into the projecting tab first. And with this tab, you can actually, it'll show you your bank balance after all the calculations, which right now we're looking at 76,947,528. And we can check how many years for this amount to last. Right now it's defaulted at 10. You can change that, but at 10 years, if I was to spend on a yearly budget of 7.6 million, roughly 640,000 per month, this amount of money will last me 10 years. So this may be overkill for me, I'm not sure, but let's say I change this to 50 years. So now this is still a millionaire lifestyle. I've got a lifestyle of 1.5 million per year, roughly about 128,000 per month. Okay, maybe I'm happy with that. So I know if I don't have any income, if I don't do any business, if I just sit at home and watch television all day long, my money will last me for the next 50 years. Okay, this doesn't take into account inflation and other miscellaneous expenses that may pop up, but that's another story. So you can play with these numbers. You can put in even 100 years. Okay, so from 76 million will last us 100 years if we're spending a yearly about 769,000 per year, or 64,000 per month. Okay, and then we can go back to the dashboard here. Now I'm going to go into the, and then you can see the totals are updated. And then you can print out this entire screen as well. And then very easily to see all your totals in one place. You don't need to go between the different pages. And we're going to go to the investing category now. Now, the default is 20%. You can change it to 10% of the amount that you want to invest, and this basically will be 10 or 20% of your bank balance. And I recommend not going more than 20, because if you run into problems in the market, if you're over, if you've got 80% of your money in the market, and you know your wealth manager makes a vital mistake, or you went on holidays and he wasn't monitoring your account, and you lose, you know, all that money, you've just lost $61 million. So I would advise not investing more than 20% at the beginning, at least, that you can see how your investments are working out. So it says here is your investing budget. So our budget to invest is $15 million. And you can see on this side here, it shows the same number, but this is just showing you the balance of how much you have left over. So let's say the first thing I want to do is set up a fixed deposit. Now we've got 15 million. Let's say I'm going to put 5 million into a fixed deposit that's giving me back 5% per year. That means that's 250,000 per year, and still have another 10 million left over here. I'm gonna maybe buy some bonds. Maybe 5 million in bonds, and those bonds will yield me, let's say, 7%. And let's say we're going to get into another bank investment, and I'm going to put in the balance here, which is 5,389,506. So now you can see it goes to 0. If I was to put in let's say 10 million here, sorry. So you can see in bracket here it shows negative. That means I made a calculation error somewhere along the line. So I'm gonna put in the exact amount here: 5,389,506. So we've got no more money left over in our budget. If I change this to 25%, you can see it gets readjusted. If it was at 10%, you can see we're with the brackets, we're negative. So I'll go back to 20. Now, this banking investment that I want to get into is actually giving, last year was giving 11%, which is really good. So I'm going to put in 11%, and now that shows me 592,846 here. If I go down at the bottom, okay, so now I'm living my millionaire lifestyle. I've got a yearly income coming into me of 1.1 or 1.2 million. My monthly income is 99,000. Okay, so that's really, really nice. And you can go back to the dashboard. Everything is completed here. Everything's filled in. So I can look at my numbers, and I can see whether I want to go back and change things. I can go to the family. Let's say, for example, mom and dad, you know, we can bump them down to 15,000. Aunt Mary, okay, maybe I only pay back the loan. Never mind the plus plus. Uncle Mort, put him down to about 3,000. The other Uncle Mort in Ottawa to 5,000. So I can readjust the numbers as I need. Maybe 500,000 in Bitcoin was overkill. Maybe bring that down to 200,000. Maybe lower these percentages as well. And then let's say our debts. Okay. All this we need to clear off, so we'll just leave those there. And let's say we go to the future planning. Let's say I forget about buying land, and I downsize from that $25 million mansion with 40 bedrooms, and I go down to maybe a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more reasonable mansion, about 6 million. And I still want my cars. Can't change that. And then still want to travel around the world, bring my kids, still want to go to Harrods and shop there, in London. So now we're down to 6 million, up to 6 million on our future planning. And we go back to our dashboard, that adjusts here automatically. And you can see from 76 million, we're now back up to 127 million. So that makes me very, very comfortable that, I've got a floating bank balance, that if there's any problems with my investments, if anything goes sour, I've still have a substantial amount sitting in my bank. And now I'm going to go to some of the next categories here, the planner. This is the serial number planning tab. Okay, you've got Iraqi dinars, Iranian rials, and if you scroll over to the right, you've got Zimbabwe dollar, you've got Vietnamese dong, you've got Indonesian rupiah. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back to the beginning here. So there's a chart here for the dinar and for the rial. Both of these two currencies, the serial numbers are in Arabic. So you're going to need to download the Arabic font. If you click on here, it's going to bring you to a website that you can download the Arabic font. If you're not sure how to do that, there's a YouTube video that I created that will tell you how to set up the Arabic fonts in Windows. You can actually use this same YouTube video for the font check. Okay, if you're not sure how to install the Open Sans fonts into Windows, then just go to this YouTube video and it's the same procedure. So here I'm not going to do it, but you can list down your currencies. You're going to have to remember, you're going to have to change from the menu here on the top. You're going to have to find your Arabic font. Okay, so when you've got your Arabic font, then you'll be able to type the numbers in Arabic. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the dashboard here. Now I'm going to go to there's a new feature that I've added into the version 8 of the CP, family budget feature. When you click on family budget, you can now enter in realistic numbers here of your current family budget, and if you want, you could even enter in what you anticipate to be for the future with your after exchange amount. So up to you how you want to do it, but here you can put in your different things like your take-home pay. Let's say right now I'm getting $5,000 a month. You can change this to let's say this is coming in monthly. That means I'm making $60,000 annually. If you get bonuses, okay, then you can put in all your home utilities, expenses for your rent or your mortgage, other type of expenses here. If you've got insurance, you can enter in all those down here. Your weekly or daily shopping for groceries, any type of personal or medical things that you do on a monthly, or you can change any of these categories to weekly or quarterly or annually. And then entertainment and eating out, you can enter in your amounts here. You've got transport and auto car repairs, putting in petrol, fines you may have, anything you can enter in here. Okay, and then there's a children category. If you've got small children, school fees, buying uniforms, books, or any different things, babysitting, toys, you can put in the budgets for this. And then at the end, it's going to give you a little chart here. Or chart is not really nothing there because we don't have all their calculations in place. But once you enter in, you'll see a little graph. And just going to go back up to the top here. I'm just going to put this back to 0. And then I'm going to go back to the dashboard. Okay, and then the last category is guides. Okay, if you remember in the previous version 7, okay, I had my bank planning, my security planning, and the investment guide. I've got those guides back again. You can click on any of them here. This is the CEP guides menu. If I click on investment guide, okay, I've got the information here. I can read it or print it. I can go back to the guide menu if I want to read up about after RV security planning, okay, pre and post currency exchange security tips. Okay, I can read through that here. I can go back to the guide, bank planning. Okay, I've got all the information here about setting up bank accounts, some recommendations. Okay, and then you can click here back to the guide menu. Okay, and then envelope planning. Okay, there's a new tab that I've added in here now. Okay, this gives you information about envelope planning, and then you can go back to the guide. Now, I've actually added in the planner to help you. If you click here, it says go to the planner. You can also click it from here, go to the planner. Now this brings up, this is a one of the new features as well, envelope planning. If you're not sure about envelope planning, make sure you go through and read this information first. Okay, but basically these are the number of your envelopes that you can identify, and then this is the description that you can write on the outside of the envelope. So for example, I want to pay off my house mortgage. I want to pay it off. This is under the debt category, and to pay off my existing house mortgage, maybe it'll be 2 by 25K IQD notes. Okay, and I want to also do some house renovations. This is part of my future planning. Okay, maybe the renovations will be equivalent to 1 Iraqi dinar note. And I want to buy some Bitcoin. That's under the crypto category. Okay, maybe I want to invest 5 by 10K, so that's 50K in IQD for my cryptocurrency. So you can go ahead and you can continue listing down here. There's no calculations on this, but basically you're taking these notes, putting them inside an envelope, taking those envelopes, putting them in a safe deposit box, or putting them in a home safe, someplace really secure. And then when it comes time to RV, you've got everything all categorized. Okay, now if you've got Iranian Rial, you can do the same thing for your Rial notes. Okay, if you've got Zimbabwe dollar, you can do the same thing here. If you've got Vietnamese dong, you can enter it in here. And if you've got Indonesian rupiah, you can enter in your categories here and your currency amount. Okay, so I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to click back on the dashboard. So that basically completes the planner, the walkthrough. It's much more easier now, and I think very user friendly, and with the colors and the scheme, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a lot of benefit from it, and I really hope and pray that we can get out of that 70% of the sudden death syndrome category. Sorry, not sudden death, sudden wealth syndrome category, and we can be into the 30%. I always believe that if you keep your planning in your head, you're going to run into problems because you're going to change your mind on this and that, and you have no focus, no direction. Today you wake up, you feel like doing this plan. Tomorrow you wake up, you have another plan. The next day you wake up, you have another plan. So by getting it down on paper is very important, and I think it'll help you keep your focus. So one thing you can do is you can print out the CEP dashboard. Okay, it'll all print out on one page. You can print it out, you can post it up on your wall, or by maybe you don't want people to see your 125 million, but you can just keep it in a file, so you know, you've got everything on standby and ready to go. So if you've got any questions, I'm going to go back to the main cover screen, okay, because I like that. If you've got any questions, please give me an email. You can always chat with me from my website. And also, speaking of website, all these are hyperlinks. You can click on here, will bring you to the website. If I go back to the dashboard, go back to guides, I've got a lot more articles. I think many of you have been reading my articles and sending me really great feedback, and I appreciate what I've been sharing. So you can click here. This will bring you to the articles website. You can read more. And let me go back to the dashboard. So I'm going to end the video. I'm not sure the time-wise that we've got so far, but if you've got any questions, feel free to email me, and I'll be glad to respond and help you out. Thank you very much for purchasing my software, and I hope you have a great time with it. Thanks a lot.